What's up, guys? Welcome back to another deck profile. Today I'm bringing you guys my updated Blue Eyes deck profile. We're going to get straight into it. This is my fully meta version, fully set up for the format. We're going to hop straight into it. So, of course, we are playing 2 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon. Of course, you have to be playing 2. Some people do play 3. I know I did like playing 3, but if you want to be more consistent, you want to cut the bricks as much as you can. So 2 copies of Blue Eyes. Then we're on 3 copies of Sage, 3 copies of Maiden, 3 copies of Wishes, and 1 copy of Kaiser Seahorse. I'm not playing Blue Eyes Jet because I think Jet is a brick. It is pretty good. You can play it if you want, but I just choose not to play it. And then the Kaiser is just a one-of because you need it for the Invoked engine, because sometimes your best bet is ending on just a the Mechaba plus Spears if you have the Seahorse, which is decent. It's not good, it's not like the best, but it's better than ending on just a Mechaba by itself if you brick and don't open that much Welva cards. That's why you need to play the Seahorse. Moving on to the engine requirements, we're on the 1 Mausoleum, the 1 Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons, the 1 Majesty, and the 1 True Light, the 4 bricks that you have to play in every single Blue Eyes list. Apart from the Majesty, some people play it, some people don't. Some people play Ultimate Fusion. I don't like Ultimate Fusion because it requires sometimes it's too much setup, too much work. It is decent though, so you can play it if you want to. I'm just choosing not to play these cards, just like I'm choosing not to play Jet. For the Invoked engine, I'm on 3 copies of Meltdown, 3 copies of Alistair, and the 1 Invocation. I was on 2 Meltdown. I was also on 1 Meltdown. Like, I was experimenting by cutting down on the engine. But if you want more consistency, you need to play all the starters, and Alistair and Meltdown are starters. They lose into Droll a lot, obviously. The Invoked engine does lose into Droll, but it is the best way to be able to play the game is if you have your starters. Moving on to the non-engine, I tried to think of this format as much as possible when I came to deciding on like my full non-engine. And of course, the best hand traps right now are, of course, ways of stopping your opponent from just completely playing the game. So I've opted for the Fulos, the Drolls, Nibiru. Ash Blossom, even though it's not really meta right now, you mainly want to use it to stop the Charmies. But against some of the decks, like the new decks right now, like Yummy, Canine, like Ash is decent. Against Ryziel, it's not good. Like, you could argue to side this. But if you want a guaranteed way of like stopping like your opponent from interrupting you, you do want to play the hand traps. And then I'm on 1 copy of Effect Veiler. However, I do want to consider bumping it up to 2. I do have another one in the side deck, though, so I guess that also counts as playing 2. But I am playing 3 Imperms, so you got 4 Effect Negations in total. And then I am on the 1 Triple Tactics Talent and 2 copies of Triple Tactics Thrust for a 42-card main deck. Extra deck, 3 copies of the Link 1. And you're probably asking, why am I playing 3? Because all the invoked builds tend to just play 2. And the reasoning is because in order to make Spears, you usually use a Link 1 in order to make it. And I don't like the idea of using both of my Spirits turn 1, and then I have no more Spirits in the extra deck to make Spears. It's just too much setup, too much situation, because sometimes you need a 3rd Spirit. If you want to, like, OTK and you need an extra body, you can link something into Spirit and tribute it in Summon Blue Eyes, and that's an extra monster for game. So I like having the 3 Spirit and the 1 Hieratic Seal, just because it is better that way. And then for the Synchros, 1 Ultimate Spirit, 2 copies of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, man, kind of standard. Oops, sorry about that. The 1 Lightstorm Dragon, the 1 Moonlight Dragon, the 1 Life Dragon. Sometimes you make this for OT King as well, although you don't have to play this. I just choose to play it. For the fusions, the 1 Tyrant, the 1 Neo for the combos with Wishes, the 1 Mechaba for, of course, main combos, the 1 Aguades for OTK. Sometimes you make this with the Neo Engrave. If you don't use the negate on Neo, you can banish with Invocation and summon Aguades, and then, of course, the Typhon. Side deck, same thing with the main deck for non-engine wise and stuff like that. I was just thinking of the format. Fenrir, one of the best outs to Yummy right now. Tops is also good, but I like to play Fenrir because Fenrir and Blue Eyes I think is so good. Being able to just go second, special Fenrir, force an interruption. If not, you can add another copy of itself, discard it for wishes. In my opinion, Fenrir and Blue Eyes is just way too good. Like, if you're not playing Fenrir and Blue Eyes, then I don't know what you're doing. But you got 3 copies of Forbidden Droplet. The second effect veiler, because I had 1 extra flex slot in the side deck, so I wanted some kind of hand trap. And being able to search double effect veiler through some of the combos is a good enough reason to play 2, if not both in the main, 1 in the side. Triple Lancia and the Sanctum for Malice. And then, of course, for the other thrust targets, we have the D Barrier option. You can play evenly if you want. The Duster, of course, and then the final 2 cards were flex spots, the one called by and the one cross out, because I'm not playing them in the main deck, and that is pretty much it. As for, like, the main Blue Eyes combos, like, they don't really, like, they're all standard. It's just the invoke stuff that really helps you get into your plays. So, like, I'll show the basic combo for invoke for those who don't know it. So you want to normal summon Alistair to add invocation. You link it off for the Spirit. That's Spears. Spirit. Use Spirit's effect to grab the field spell. So you grab Meltdown. You activate... oh, no, not Meltdown. Oh, my goodness. I always get the field spells confused. You want to add the other field spell, the Mausoleum. You activate Mausoleum, effect target Spirit. Send the Blue Eyes to the graveyard. Tribute Spirit to special summon Blue Eyes, and then that's a free Mechaba before you Nibiru. It's 4 summons, and then you just go full Blue Eyes combo depending on what's in hand. But the invoked engine is decent. It just loses to Droll a lot. That's the only, like, debatable thing as to why I don't want to play it. Primite is obviously pretty good. Metal Morph is obviously pretty good. There's, like, so many engines. I was trying out Tempai for a while. If you guys know, I did Tempai Blue Eyes deck profile on the channel before. I don't think that engine is worth it. It's cool to be able to OTK your opponent going second, but I just don't think it's worth playing the Tempai variant. I might give it another spin at some point, but as of right now, I'm just sticking with Invoked. And it's actually working pretty decently. I'm going to be doing some more testing. Might do a couple duels here on the channel. Might do a video or 2. And yeah, we'll see where it goes from here. But yeah, we'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.